Oh, sticky now. Haha, hell yeah. I know my dogs are watching. And if you ain't, I know you will be. And if you are watching, and you ain't my dog yet, you will be. Because between me and my partner, we're going to help you get busy living. As a matter of fact, we are now on month 6 of the Get Busy Living Project 55. What's that? That's 55 months in a row, at least one epic adventure every single month. And this one's a doozy, y'all. So we're going to bring the people that are making it happen on board. And we're also going to bring on my favorite out of Los Angeles, my co-host. She's the owner of unblogyourself.com. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Diana D. Rex Eckstein. Yeah. What's up,
everybody?
Girl?
This is a very special podcast because you can see that I'm not in my normal spot. I'm actually directly across from my friend Swede, and this is us looking at each other.
Hey, girl. Hey.
So that's super fun. I'm actually in Phoenix today, and we were actually in Flagstaff earlier. We've been all over the place, guys, all over the place. We have so much to tell you. In fact, I'm glad that a lot of you are already saying hi in the comments. Please continue to do that because we want to see who's here. And hi, Melanie. Hi, Lori. Hi, Angel. Hi, Ray. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hello. And hi, Tasha.
Let's get busy, baby. Let's get busy.
All right. So we actually have a lot to talk about today. We've been through so much the past couple of days. Maybe you want to fill people in.
It has been action-packed, y'all. You know we've been doing this Get Busy Living Project now. We're on month number 6. Each month we go on some sort of epic adventure to share for you guys. And then we also do this podcast once a week. And so this month is month 6. And we went up to Flagstaff today to check out the scene. There's a local group of amazing humans. They're the people that got me on the bike when we went to the Grand Canyon for month 1. Okay, so they got these special bikes that and special equipment for people like myself that need a little bit of help getting busy these days. And so the folks at High Country Adaptive Sports, shout out to Truman and Carly. We went and hooked up with them last night for their dinner. They've got an awesome event going on up in Flagstaff right now where people such as myself who don't have lower limb extremity challenges can get into this really super cool ski that a company out of Utah offers. And so we went up there because I had my hopes up that I was going to be able to get in the ski. And it just turns out that unfortunately, I've got the world's worst case of heterotopic ossification. So my hips do not bend. That means my knees do not go together. Y'all, my hips from my waist to my knees are stiff as a tuning fork. And so this chair that they have is designed for people to sit in it, and you have to kind of put your feet together so that you can kind of ski and have balance. And because my knees wouldn't go together, well, rather than going to Flagstaff tomorrow, or rather than skiing today, I had to turn around and shoot on back down here to Phoenix to put on this show for you guys. So that's why we're talking about getting busy living with a purpose. D-Rex, you want to talk about what we're talking about here?
Yeah, I got to thinking about having a purpose in life, and I feel like young people today are a different breed, right? Like they want passion and purpose in their work, and
Absolutely.
I do not blame them. I don't blame them one bit. But I also think that it's a kind of an unfair thing to put on yourself as a young person to say, I'm going to find my passion, I'm going to find my purpose, when a new study shows that our brains don't even fully develop until our 30s. So it's kind of unfair to ask someone who's 22, 23, hey, what's your purpose in life? What are you passionate about? They're not even done growing.
Right.
So I feel like it's kind of an unfair question, but it's also a question that you should ask yourself. I think that you should ask yourself, and then you shouldn't expect the right answer right away. And I really want to talk about purpose today because we have some really interesting people. We have Truman from High Country Adaptive Sports who's going to come on today. And we have Kim, say her last name?
Kolstad.
Who is the world champion Tetra skier, which is the ski equipment that Swede's talking about. And I can't wait to get to know them a little bit better because they're such interesting people and they definitely have a purpose. And we're going to be talking to them in just a little bit. But I would like to just quickly talk about just purpose in general, because I was thinking about this word as we were driving back from Flagstaff today. Flagstaff was, what, a 3-hour drive?
Yeah.
A 3-hour drive through mountains. And you have plenty of time to think about things. And I'm thinking about this word. And I think that there's a big difference between a purpose and your purpose. People are always like, what's my purpose? What's the meaning of my life? What is the meaning of life? And it's like, why do you need to know that? Like, maybe you just need to know what is your purpose right now.
Absolutely.
What gives you meaning right now? You don't need to know the whole meaning of life.
Absolutely.
And I was just really inspired by Truman and Kim up in Flagstaff, because I feel like they really have a good handle on things giving them meaning right now.
Absolutely.
So I was also looking at the Tony Robbins website. So Swede wanted me to listen to Tony Robbins' new audiobook, which I haven't gotten to do yet. Do you want to explain why you're excited about this thing?
I'm excited about it because I know full well that I've only lived 1/3 of my life that I'm going to live, y'all. I've known this since like 20 years ago when I had a dream that I was going to be 158 and have 85 grandchildren. Yeah, so I've been knowing this, right? But now I'm starting to figure out how. So look, I already am a huge believer that I can't be killed, but I know now that I'm not just going to live, half-assed or half-bodied because of the technology these days. So that's why I'm trying to keep my body in as good a health as possible so that when the technology comes out where I'm going to be able to make that upgrade and take that step and actually get back on my feet, then I'm in a good shape to do it. And Tony Robbins' new book, he is calling experts from the edges of technology right now. All the most innovative, greatest minds on earth right now are chipping in to talk about how aging is not inevitable and how not only do they know how to extend our lives, we know how to make it better by getting us fixes for disease that we thought were incurable. And it's all happening. And the thing is that, before the information age where we could see things instantly, it took a while for the latest technologies to reach market share, so that most people knew about it. How long did it take TVs to get in every house in the world,
Yeah.
But nowadays, like, the greatest minds are able to communicate almost immediately to everybody. So people know about stuff as it's coming out. And so that's why I wanted you to read that book, because it talks about all the things about, I'm talking about getting busy living. It's talking about getting busy living longer, like we talked about last week.
Yeah. I definitely will check it out. So
speaking of checking it out, I'm over here. It's not often that we get to be in the same room together. And I'm like, damn, usually me and D-Rex are communicating like via phone, and we don't even see each other very often. And when I do see her, it's in the podcast. And I'm over here checking her out from a distance as live in color. You're even prettier in person than you are on the podcast.
You're super good looking.
Hell yeah. Too. I'm not fishing for compliments. You don't have to say it back all the time.
Hey, I want to say hi to some more people.
Hell yeah. What up, Groms? Jimmy's in the house. Oh shit, Peach is in the house. Magic Mel is in the house. I got Boogie in the house. Red Ferrito in the house. Natasha Turner in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all, thanks for getting busy living with us. We're going to take this seriously every week, so keep on coming back. For real. Speaking of the purpose, we were talking about how easy it is to get knocked off schedule these days. Like, when you wake up and you got an intention on what's going to happen today. And, speaking of waking up and having an intention, when I woke up today, we were on our way out of the Airbnb that we stayed in last night. And I was telling Tasha that, that when I was in the shitter in the darkest days of my life, whether it's the ICU or the facility, the song get Three Little Birds, gets me through it. And I was on that song since high school, long before Will Smith played it in whatever movie that was where he was using it to get through it. And when I was thinking about why should I keep fighting, is because, man, I'm gonna have days where the days I've had in my past that were so full of joy that makes it worth it. When I think about what kind of days like today, starting out where I was getting up with people that I love, and we were getting ready to go up on a mountain and go skiing. Skiing is one of the great joys that I found in life. So when I was thinking of why I wanted to keep going, is because I'm like, man, I'm going to ski again. I'm going to feel that joy again. And this morning, I thought I was on my way to go do that. We get up there thinking that we're going to get in the ski, and I'm gonna go cut the slopes up a little bit and get ready for a race tomorrow. And then that had revealed to us what we were going to do in March. And I get up there and I didn't fit in the chair. And man, let me tell you this. For those of you that were in the room, I know you guys are going to see it if you ain't watching now. You guys were stunned and it was thick. And I know that you guys were hurting for me because I know that you feel like I had my hopes up and that this was going to destroy me. Man, it don't get me wrong, it was a bummer. But the thing is that being in a room like that, surrounded by people that were like sticking their legs out there and volunteering, all the people that are in that room, nobody gets paid to do that stuff. You know what I mean? Those people are in there because their hearts are in it, you know, and to feel the hurt in the room, even though it was silent. That's why I was like, man, I'm surrounded by a room full of people that really care about me, and we have a great weekend lined up. Like, so I'm not going to be able to go skiing. We still got a whole bunch of motherfuckers come out here that are trying to get busy living with us. We got Papa Joe's in the house, y'all. That's my brother Doug's dad, and my favorite human man of all time, as far as I'm concerned. As far as, man, that dude took care of moms, and he's one of the noble dudes in my mom's life. So we got Papa Joe's showing up today, and Joe Beth, his daughter, brother Doug's sister, and one of my favorite people from his awesome family. Papa Joe's got an awesome family. We got them showing up today. We're going to be going up there. We got JFT, we got D-Rex, we got Tasha, we got a crew going up to Flagstaff this weekend.
Yeah, Chet and Kim are up there.
Chet and Kim are already up there, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time regardless. I feel like I was saying earlier, I feel like we are a steamroll machine and we're just going to steamroll over any obstacle and it's going to be fun. We're a fun steamroller, the steamroller of fun.
You know, man, I could have been like, bummed out and like started crying in the room, because it hit me in the heart, man. I'm not going to lie. I was really excited about going skiing today and going skiing tomorrow and going skiing again on Saturday with my people.
And how long have we been talking about
this? To ski with me. We've been talking about it for months and months and months. And the ski broke when it was my turn to go out there and test it. And I was so excited they got it back in time to do this. I wasn't worried about me losing my practice opportunity. You know what I mean? I was just really happy that it was in shape and we were going to get it done this weekend. And so this weekend obviously has got a big monkey wrench thrown in it. And then next month's plan, my birthday is next month. And I guess we still don't know what I'm going to do now, because I was going to go up to Utah to talk, to do what these guys are going to talk to us about.
I think you're going to have to fire up the steamroller of fun.
We're going to figure it out. That's the thing, though. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have something that's driving you, that reminds you of what you're in it for, Magic Mel will call it your why. Like, why are you doing this? And anytime you get knocked down, you just remember why you're doing it. And it's almost always enough to get you back on track without crying in front of everybody, and if it's not, then that's the question you need to ask yourself every single day until you find one. Amen, Scooty Wells, adapt and overcome. He's the king of that. Scooty Wells is, for my dollar, the king of adapting and overcoming, for real. And, but he's got a purpose. This is a man with a purpose. Scooty Wells is one of the most driven people I've ever met. Look at Scooty Wells. Feel free to jump in with us and tell everybody about what you got going on over there, and how you're getting busy living. This man has a purpose. Now that he has a wife and a son, it's pretty clear what his purpose is. But even before that, the dude was as driven as it gets, and that's exactly why we want you guys to go to Alaska with him. D-Rex, Adventurous Alaska.
Yeah,
Alaska.
It's gonna be amazing, and I feel like we could do an entire podcast on that. I don't see our guests in the studio yet. Maybe you want to check on that.
Yeah.
But hey, this is a lot of people here, and I want to thank everybody for being here. Putting on this podcast every week is not easy, and sometimes we're just flying in at the last second, just trying to get this done because we want to connect with you and we want to get busy living with everybody. And it's just so amazing for me, at least, and I know it is for Swede too, to see people here in the comment section saying hello.
Speaking, guys, I'll get at you in a second. Speaking of it, so Truman's having hangups, and so we're just gonna have to keep on shoving through. It's been hang up city for them up there.
Yeah.
And man, listen. Speaking of a man with a purpose, that's why we wanted to have this guy on here, is because this dude when he speaks so passionately about what he's doing with a high country adaptive sport. So you want to play that video? Is that possible?
Yes, that is possible.
These are the people that helped me get into a mountain bike. You know how much of a dream it was for me to get into a mountain bike?
So, that's actually something we talked about today after the ski fitting issue. And you know what? Maybe I'm always looking for the silver lining. Maybe that's annoying. Maybe that's good. I think it's good. Depending on your demeanor, you can think what you want. But I really feel like today, us going through all that trouble to get up there and plan this entire thing just to find out that it was slightly too small. And for them to then think about creating a different sized one for man-sized people that can happen maybe by next year is going to increase the accessibility for so many more people. They already said that there was a half a dozen people that also didn't fit properly in.
Yeah.
So that only helps further this whole thing. So we have to look at the big picture here. I really do feel like everything we do is never wasted. Any effort put in, never wasted. So are we, you texting Kim?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm letting them know, we're not giving up on them. So come on.
All right. Hi, Darren. Hi, Terrence. All right. So yeah, we went up there and the skiing thing was disappointing, but there's no one more resilient than Swede. And we just got back in that car and we're like, well, we're still going to have this weekend party with everybody. Everybody else is going to get to ski. We're still going to have our fun. It's just going to be a great time. And I never finished my point from earlier about Tony Robbins.
Yes, go ahead.
So I was talking about purpose. And there was something on his website about one of the ways to find purpose in your life is to take ownership of your life.
Wow, good point.
Yeah, and I mean, we really could do an entire episode on taking ownership of your situation. And I think we did have a discussion here the last week or two about it was off camera about victim mentality and taking charge. And I feel like this is a really important aspect of finding purpose and meaning. And if you weren't here at the beginning, we were talking about finding meaning in your life or finding purpose in your life. It doesn't have to be that one thing that's like, this is the meaning of my life. This is the reason I was born. It can just be, this is my meaning this year. This is what's bringing me joy. This is what's bringing joy to others. Because I feel like those are the two aspects of it.
It should be.
Yeah.
It's we could describe what we think their purpose should be. Look, it's up to you to decide what your purpose is. That's all there is to it. And the point is that it doesn't have to be an all-encompassing definition of your life forever. It could be just what's driving you today. And we hope, that we are influencing you to make Git Bizzy living, part of your purpose, but there's got to be something that's driving you. And what's mine? You're probably asking, Swede, why the Git Bizzy Living Project 55? Well, because I felt like I gave you my word that I was going to throw the huge party, and I didn't know how to do it. I wanted to figure out a way that everybody could be included and that was going to generate enough revenues to make it a fun party for everyone. I can't put out lemonade, and invite everybody to come on over to my HUD housing, which, believe me, that's what they wanted me to do when I was in the hospital. They're like, oh, you can get out of here soon. Go to HUD housing. I was like, hell no. But the point is that I want to be able to make it a good party. And so while brainstorming with confidants, Lyric came up with the podcasting idea, D-Rex came up with the live streaming idea, and here we have the way that we're going to not only help Swede walk again, because when I went back and looked and saw that there was so much love coming from all around the world when I was in a coma in my darkest hour, that gives you new meaning. And so I feel like I owe it to everyone to make, give them their money's worth. And so this epic adventure every month is just me trying to give you something entertaining to tune into. Keep checking back to see where we've been and when are you going to come do it with us. So we want you to watch because we want you to be at the party. We want you to help us figure out how we're going to throw the party. We're all in this together. Always remember.
Wait, are we ending the show right now?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. So the purpose that I have is that I gave you my word that I was going to throw that party. And I know that I'm not going to be able to do it alone. And I know that do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. I was talking to Tosh the other day about, a general underlying principle. I know that I was not a perfect parent, man, but I tried my ass off. And the one thing that I always went back to was when it comes down to giving her advice or whatever, it's like always just do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. Just always consider that whenever you're trying to decide something that's hard. Like if you were on the other side of the coin, that's really what it is, just flipping the coin. Like decide from that perspective. And I really just want to be able to, like I want help. So that's why I'm trying to help people. So that's why we're trying to help Schaefer. That's why I founded a nonprofit. The Help Swede Walk Again started as a fundraising page that was on Facebook that happened while I was in a coma. And now it's become a legitimate nonprofit where we're trying to raise money to help people the way that I've been helped. So I want to be helped. So I'm going to help people, right? And I want to get busy living. So I'm going to help people get busy living. So help our viewership go up by tuning in, subscribe, like all that stuff, share, show up. Our viewership goes up. We start earning dough. We start giving the dough back to you and by bringing you on the vacations with us, and we're doing epic shit each month, and speaking of somebody that's doing epic shit each month, guys, we got Kim Kolstad. We got a world champion skier.
We'd like to bring Kim into the studio now.
Oh, sucky now. Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, please. Kim Kolstad, the world champion. Tetra
Hey,
skier. Today, girl.
how's it going?
Excellent. So happy to have you. I like your shirt.
Thanks. I like yours.
Yeah.
This is a Tetra Ski Express sandwich that I'm in here.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
D-Rex, no.
Okay,
Please.
so I mean, people here don't know Kim, but
Mhm.
and I've only met you twice now. Once
Right.
was when you guys were sailing, and another time was yesterday when we were, actually yesterday and this morning about skiing. So can you just let us quickly know what is your particular disability so people can know?
So I have a rare condition actually. It's called arthrogryposis, and it affects my muscles and my joints. I've had it since birth, and I've had about 17 surgeries in total on all my joints. But yeah, I don't have the strength in my arms or my legs to support me, so I'm in a wheelchair all the time. So
And tell us about the ski.
the ski is
How did you get involved with skiing?
So a year and a half ago, I went to the Abilities Expo in Phoenix and was just going there to check out, see if there's anything for my van or my chair. And I ran into adaptive sports, and I had never known about adaptive sports before then. And so I signed up and I went kayaking for the first time ever and absolutely loved it. And when the season was done, I asked if there was anything else I could possibly do because I wanted to do more. And the coach at the time was like, "You should try skiing." I was like, "There's no way in the world that I could do skiing." And he's like, "Yes, you can, and you should." And so I signed up for Ski Able last year ago this weekend, and tried to Tetra ski for the first time. And I was super nervous but excited to be on the snow and do something that I've always just seen from the sidelines. And I met Truman. He was my instructor, and he got me fitted to the ski. And he was like, "You're going to go up and you're going to be like in control and do this on your own, and I'll be there for safety." And that was the most thrilling ride of my life. Like, we flew down that mountain and I have never looked back.
Yes.
It was awesome. So I don't know how much you've talked about it, but the ski is controlled with a joystick or a sip and puff. So you don't have to have a lot of trunk control or even arm control if you don't have it. So it's meant for people with complex disabilities to get them out on the snow and experience independence and freedom in a way that can't be felt anywhere else. So.
Yeah. So tell us about the feeling
Um,
of going that fast. I mean, has there ever been anything else you've done in your life, Kim, that you've been able to go that fast? I want to give credit where credit is due for the high country
yeah,
adaptive people getting that thrill into our hearts.
right. Yeah, and no, and the answer is no. There hasn't been. I've gone skydiving, but that is something that's totally different. This is something that is on the ground, obviously, and I'm independent, and I'm sliding down that snow, and I can go whichever direction I want, or how fast I want, or how slow I want, and it's up to me. I can, I can carve turns, and I can it's just incredible. The feeling is undescribable, because it's like something I've never experienced before. Um,
So would
and
you
I
say
just
that the discovery of being able to do these outdoor sports, has it given you a sense of meaning or purpose in your life in some aspects?
Absolutely, 100%. Since just last year, I've tried so many different things. I feel like I have more confidence and self-esteem than I've ever had, and I'm 42. So like I feel like I'm able to do whatever I want now, whereas before it was always, oh, you can't do that because you're disabled. But now I'm planning on going scuba diving, and so like that's my next
Scuba
adventure.
diving.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
so,
You just
yeah,
gave me
there's,
goosebumps.
yeah, like the world's the limit now because of high country adaptive sports and what they've been able to provide, with the ski and the mountain biking and all of that they provide.
So speaking of the devil, Truman just texted said I am here. So that means he's probably watching. Truman, I sent you that link. Why don't you go ahead and click that link? That'll bring you right up in the backstage, and then we'll bring you on, and then you'll be able to say hello to your friend. Hey Kim, tell us about today.
Today was it was different because we were on a wind hold. So none of us got to go skiing today.
Right.
We ended up going bowling instead and had still a great time, um, yeah. So, but still being up there on the mountain, like I was telling my friend that's here with me, I just really enjoy being up on the snow and in the mountains, um, in a place where before I had never been able to be, until
Yeah,
this year.
that's why I said right there in front of everyone that So I'm sitting there, but I'm not going to go pout. Like I'm going to go out here and see this amazing scenery out here.
Right.
And
Hmm.
once I see this amazing scenery, then
It was amazing.
then we're ready to come back up there. Even though I'm not going to ski, my people are going to ski. I'm going to come watch you guys. Like we're doing this. I might not be
Hmm.
skiing. Yeah, I know. I have faith in Truman. I have faith in Keegan, the guy from Utah. Keegan, that Utah University, or is it University of Utah, is where that stuff originated from. So Keegan's from there.
Scooty Wells wants to know where you are scuba diving.
That's my dog, Kim. Scooty Wells is the guy that saved my life. This guy right here. So I mean, there was thousands of people that saved my life, but this guy right here stopped, put his entire life on hold, and went to Malaysia and spent months with me over there. Him and my boy Jerry, who you met actually. So
We want to hear where she's scuba diving.
oh yeah. So what he's talking about is if I'm going to do skiing and I'm going to do mountain biking, or am I going to do scuba diving? Or am I going to do skydiving? Good question, Scooty Wells. Maybe Alaska. If we can get these people on this adventurous Alaska tour. So Scott Kim is going to take whoever wins the raffle to Alaska for 6 nights and 7 days and do whatever kind of Alaska adventure you want. And this is the greatest tour guide on earth. And he's a mountain man. He can catch fish with his bare hands, and he can wrestle elk. He can jab. I'm telling you, this dude is unbelievable. And don't hold me to any of that. But I'm telling you, anything you want to do in Alaska, he can do it. So all you got to do is go to thehswa.org, thehswa.org, and hit reserve a copy for $25 or more. You can get a copy of the Life in the Air of Swedism's book. Once we get 2,000 copies reserved, then we're going to pick a name out of the hat, and that person plus one, all expenses, airfare, and whatever you want to do. You want to go on an Alaskan ride on a cruise. You want to go glacier hiking. I'm telling you, he can do it all. So That's all you got to do. Go to the website, reserve a copy of the book. Once we get 2,000 copies, we're going to get Schaefer some help at the stem cell clinic. We're going to get you guys up in Alaska for 6 nights and 7 days, and we're going to get those books shipped, y'all. So not playing. Go to that website. That's how you get in. So Scott is asking, where are we going scuba diving? That's because we got 55 months to go, Kim. So I've got 6 down. This is month 6. That means 49 more. So where are we going scuba diving?
So we can actually train in Phoenix. So we train in Phoenix. We learn how to scuba dive, get certified, and then we go to Cozumel for a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah.
Here.
So
You already have you done it?
I haven't done it. No, I just learned about it recently, and so that's my this year goal is to do that. So
my this year goal is to get our nonprofit moving along, and by doing that, we're going to be able to have a better infrastructure for being able to promote this more heavily with the website and all that kind of stuff. So we're working on those things. Hey, me and D-Rex are both full-time people on other stuff. This podcast is us just trying to communicate with y'all, right? So once we get that going, we want on our website, we want you to be able to go to the website and vote for where you want us to take the Git Bizzy Living Project to, because we got 49 months to go. We only have a couple places that we are going to go figured out so far. So, how cool would it be for us to have this ongoing survey from all the audience? Every time you log in, you get to cast a vote of where we're going. And it doesn't matter where you want to go. Anywhere on earth, nowhere is out of bounds as far as I'm concerned. I don't care. I told D-Rex a couple of months ago, and I told her a couple of years ago, I'm eating the earth. All right, every bit of it. So let's go. Where do you want to go, Scooby Wells?
So I wanna talk to Kim more about the scuba diving. Yes. We actually have talked about scuba diving before on here. We were just saying like how amazing it is under the water. You just can't watch it on a TV. You can't understand it until you see it. And I actually have never been scuba diving. I've only been snorkeling. But still, what you can see by putting your face in the water, it's just mind blowing. And it's something that people take for granted. The able-bodied definitely take that for granted. People go all the way to Hawaii and don't stick their face in the water and look.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a whole new world down there.
So I want you guys to notice like what we're going through here to get Kim and Swede on the mountain, and it's like what Truman's doing and Carly, what they are doing to get these people on bikes and get them the same experiences that you take for granted every day, and experiences that change anybody's life.
Things that any of you guys can do. All you got to do is go up there and ski, right? These guys are Truman's dedicating his life to helping people like me, and I went up there and tried my heart out, and I couldn't go. So all I'm saying, look, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna keep on pushing on because I have a purpose. My purpose is to help you get busy living. My purpose is to get somebody on Adventures Alaska tour. My purpose is to throw that huge party because I told you I would. And I'm telling you, speaking of purpose, we got a guy coming in right now. Guess who showed up?
Oh, did we lose
him? Truman is in the house. Are you ready, D-Rex?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I gotta show the graphic. It's Truman, and he's just an incredible guy. Get him in here. Where did Kim go?
Oh, come on.
Hello.
Hello, Truman. And I'm gonna put Kim back in too.
Yeah, sorry.
So happy to see you. So just quickly explain what you do for High Country Adaptive Sports, Truman.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I am one of the program managers. I run our summer operations for High Country Adaptive Sports. So I run our adaptive mountain bike program, our kayaking program, and our rock climbing program. And then in the winter, I am one of the lead instructors and help with training and kind of, do a lot of the admin stuff for the program as well. So, I've been doing it for about 6 years and couldn't imagine myself anywhere else. Just get to do all of just bring people and enjoy my hobbies and show that everyone else can do them too. So I'm very excited to be here.
Have you, or do you have anyone in your family who is disabled in any way? Like, how did you get into working with disabled people?
So I do have like a couple cousins, but what got me into this was college. I was working in the rental shop up at the ski resort, and I took an inclusive recreation class in college, and that led me to volunteer for this adaptive ski program that was really small at the time. And so the guy running it, I went up to him and was like, "Hey, I'd really like to volunteer." And he's like, "Sweet, go help that person right there." And so I just like started helping, just kind of jumped right into it, and that led to like an internship in Colorado with another big organization, and haven't left since. So it's a great time. And yeah, the people we meet are incredible. Like, everyone in this chat, and, Kim and like everyone, Swede, all you guys. It's just like a really great group of people, and it's just a great time all the time.
Well, it was super inspiring to meet a lot of the participants yesterday who are going to be skiing. And it's amazing what you guys are putting together for them. And I found it very inspiring that you guys are just these like pure-hearted people who love helping. And I really feel like, wow, you must feel so good in your heart to be able to help so many people, because this is life-changing stuff. I saw it with you in the bike, and as Kim told us, with the skiing and the feeling that she had skiing. I mean, you're changing lives. And you're not only changing their lives, but you're changing everyone around them, their lives. It's a big thing that you're doing here. And, today we're talking about purpose and meaning. And I was just wondering, like, do you feel like this is your meaning right now? Or do you feel like this is kind of like the big purpose for you in your life, what you're doing?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think the most important thing to like relay is that, like, for me, it just is like going kayaking and biking with people, and like kind of like just allowing the access so that everyone could do it. Like, this was all of these sports and activities in our world was created for us bipedaling, neurotypical, ambulatory folks, and it's just helping bring access to the folks that the world wasn't built for. And so, I would say like, my work is definitely my passion, and it's just like a really cool bonus that the people I get to help are so awesome. But it's just, I'm just going biking, I'm going skiing, and I was just trained to use the equipment that Kim and Swede use.
And you know what? I think you said something important there, that you're also getting something out of this as well. It's not just like the helping people aspect. And I did look up how do people find meaning and purpose in their life? And let me just kind of read the definition I kind of cobbled together here, because I felt like that makes sense. Okay. So it says, something that is meaningful to you and makes a positive difference to others. And I feel like you just said that in a nutshell. So, and that's probably explains why when you meet Truman, you just see that he is a happy individual who is just amazing. So I think that you've definitely stumbled upon something in your life that is incredible, and that a lot of people wish for in their own lives. But they can also just listen to what you're saying and try to follow your lead and try to find something that is meaningful to them and makes a positive difference for others.
Yeah, I think it found me, like I wasn't like looking for something, like I was going for an internship to finish college, and that really just kind of changed the whole course of my life. And it's just, it's just pretty cool that I just get to hang out outdoors and do all these really awesome adventures and bring people along with me.
Yeah. Whatever. You make it sound easy, man. You guys were breaking a sweat when you were trying to get me into the bike both times. You and Kelly. Remember my cowgirl Kelly?
Yeah, in the parking lot of the place that let us borrow the Hoyer.
And then when I came over, the first time I met Carly was when I went rock climbing right after, that you guys worked your tail off to get me rock climbing as well. And then even today, you tried twice, and that was genuine, honest effort, man. Like, I wanted to say to you, Truman, thank you for that, man. I said on the podcast earlier, but I want to say to you in person, that I could feel in the room a lot of give a shit in that room. Like you guys were genuinely stunned and probably heartbroken that it wasn't going to go down for me. And man, that alone cheered me up. You know, to look around the room and be like, man, I'm surrounded by good people, and I got a bunch of people at home, you know, that when I go down there and tell them that I wasn't able to ski, they're going to feel bad for me. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I know you guys love me, you know, because I mean, seriously, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I know that we didn't get out there today, but I got 49 more months to go, bro. I got 49 more months to go. And with your help, we're going to get that bike that you were talking about last night. We're going to get more people to your events so that people know that if you know somebody, which everybody has a friend like me, you know what I mean? Everybody has a friend like me. So if you know somebody that probably doesn't have the same opportunities as the average able-bodied person, you know, and they want to probably have some more thrills in their lives, they're going to be able to do it because of guys like Truman. So just look for your local area or look at what we're doing out here. And by all means, let me know. You're welcome to come to the Fortress of Sweetitude and we'll go hang out in Flagstaff, you know, because I got a whole crew of people that are in town this week. A whole crew of people that are in town this week that are here to come up to hang out with me in Flagstaff. All right. But before we go up there, before we go to Flagstaff, we got something to handle today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're asking me, but yeah.
Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roots. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh, guys. I was wondering what all this noise was.
Now's your chance to hold the cake. If you want to steal a kiss, you better
Oh
steal it
my
now.
goodness. Well,
Happy birthday.
thank you, everybody. I'm sitting here holding a cake now.
I got a kiss
Well,
anyway.
that was an honest to God surprise right there. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Thank you so much, everybody. I think we still have plenty to talk about here. I just want to finish up. Very. I'm 1,000,000 years old, guys.
Hey guys, look, we got
all right.
Pete.
So-
Look, Paloma's in the house. You guys remember Paloma from Paloma Cutting Homies? Say what's up, girl. Come
What
say
up, what up, what up, what up? Paloma the barber, how's it going? I don't even know where I'm supposed to be.
Wow. Well, you know what? I just still have a lot of questions to ask.
Well, it's cool. We did our surprise, so
Okay, well-
we're gonna go evacuate into the kitchen, and
Or-
you guys
or
finish up.
Yeah, outside while we finish up. Wow, guys. Okay, so that was a surprise. All right, so I still have questions to ask. I would like to get back to Kim and her ski racing. So it's one thing to just go down the hill for the first time and feel that,
Come here, Pop.
but then to be involved
Over here,
in an
over here.
actual ski race. You want to tell us how that came about and what that was like?
That was a whirlwind. So I started on like the 1st of February, like 4th or 5th, and first time ever on the snow or in the ski, and fell in love with it. It was awesome. And then I went back as much as I could, which was about 5 times, right, Truman?
Yeah, 5 more times for a total of like six times. Yeah.
6 times on the snow and the Tetra ski, and then they invited me to go to Utah and race in this race, and like I've never competed in anything before, like ever.
Nothing?
And so,
Absolutely nothing?
I've never done sports before. I've never, like, nothing. And so
Wow.
to be asked to compete in like a race was not only very, like, I was honored and so excited. and I realized that I have a competitive streak that I never knew I had, and like it came out. And so I went to Utah and was not expecting anything because I'd only gone skiing 6 times and just wanted to have a good time and see what everybody else was going to experience and just be a part of this new community. And then I got to race, and it was like a fire was lit within me, and I loved it. And when I went down the second time, the fastest time, I thought I like it was I didn't do a good job. It felt bumpier, and like I didn't know that I did well. Truman, there's a picture of him and I crossing the finish line, and his hands were like up in the air because he knew that I had done better than I knew. And so anyway, when they announced my name as the winner, I about fell out of my chair. I was so shocked, but it was so fun. And like,
You're a world record holder. That's so cool, guys. I
Yeah.
was just talking about this guy earlier. This is Papa Joe Perez Rocky. This is the dude that, like I said, was the man among men when it came to moms. And
Yeah, it was.
If it
Now
wasn't-
he's old.
If it wasn't for this guy, man, we wouldn't have no brother Doug. So give a shout out here to Papa Joe Perez. It's good to see you, man. We're gonna
You
get
too.
busy living this weekend. Good to
Okay.
good to have you here.
I'm ready.
Awesome. So all bullshit aside, though, this having you guys here is seriously such an honor for me because what you've already done for me, but what you are possibly capable of doing for so many others. Look at how much you've inspired Kim. You know what I mean, Truman? Like you really, like you guys are making a difference, man. That really matters.
And Kim, that story you just told me gave me goosebumps again.
Absolutely. Wow. Like seriously.
So inspiring.
thanks.
And you're inspiring a lot of people here as well. That's just an amazing story. And I think that if you don't have a disabled friend, like I didn't for a really long time, I didn't know the challenges that you face on a daily basis. And what was that you said earlier today, Truman? Like in this world that's not built for disabled people, and you really start to see it. You really start to see it. You start to see where, like when you went to Erie and there was at least 3 steps into every house.
Yeah, I didn't go into one single person's house the whole time I was in Erie. Because from my knowledge, everybody had barriers. I stayed in hotel rooms the whole time because everybody has stairs. Pop, what's your house like in Erie? Bunch of stairs, right?
There's always at least 3 stairs, yeah.
Yep.
Or like, when we've been going on trips and there's either too much ice or wet ground or sand, there's definite limitations. And it's wonderful that there's people like Truman and Carly at High Country Adaptive working on solutions for people to get out there and start living like you did, Kim.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was easy to get out of there because I knew you had other people there that wanted to have fun. And I also felt it in the room that I'm going to ski one day just like you did today because these guys are bound, determined to make it happen. I know that, it's just a matter of time. So seriously, guys, I mean, thank you for everything that you've done already for me, Truman. Thank you for doing like last night. Dinner was amazing. Meeting everybody and being a part of that felt so powerful to me. I was like, man, I want to spend my time doing this kind of stuff a lot more often, So thank you for that, man. Hey, listen, now that there's been a little bit of a change of plans, to be quite honest with you, it has loosened the reins on other stuff that we had going on this weekend. So I personally, although I know that I'm not going to have the thrill of that wind in my face going down the hill, I'm going to have a lot of good people surrounding me that are going to help me make sure that the Super Bowl party is a good party this weekend. So look, guys, we want you to get busy living with us. Like Papa Joe, where'd you fly in from?
Erie.
Erie, PA. Shout out, Erie, PA.
Pittsburgh, actually.
You know what? Even though it's Pittsburgh, I feel like we can haul this one out.
From Erie to Pittsburgh.
There
then
you
we
go.
flew,
There you go.
yeah.
So we got people. Hey, we got people in the house from Erie. D-Rex is in the house from LA. Tasha. Hey, girl. Hey, come make an appearance up here with Papa Joe. If you're in the house, come on. Come get you on. So look, guys. Latasha Turner's in the house.
This,
from
I
Tennessee.
believe this cake might be vegan.
It is.
Kelly made this cake.
Yes, she
Our
did.
cowgirl Kelly made this vegan cake
Kelly,
for
come
my
on in.
birthday. Amazing. And I feel like this entire day has been, it's been amazing in many ways. You know, it was amazing in that, you know, Swede was going to ski and then he didn't ski, but we saw this amazing scenery. And this is an amazing surprise. And, you know, I feel like we had an amazing January where we had all these challenges and everything's been so amazing lately. And to meet all these amazing people everywhere we go. Yesterday was super inspiring. That room was powerful. You're speaking the truth there. Well, hello, Kelly.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, at first I want to thank Truman and Kim for coming on because we're gonna wrap up things here. And can't thank you enough for being here. And then we're just gonna speak a few minutes more, but we want to say goodbye to you. And
well, hold on. I want to actually, Truman, go ahead. Truman.
Oh,
why don't you tell us about High Country Adaptive? How do people? What are you offering? How can we help you? I know that you and I were talking last night about getting the 4-wheel bike, bro. Sign me up. Put me on the list. And if I can do some under the counter love for you to get me higher on the list, I would not ever do that unless it was there. You know?
Yeah, so like winter adaptive ski lessons go until like the end of March. Like the third week of March is when we're kind of going to slow down on lessons, and then
okay, hang on a second. Let's get Kim. Kim, did you have a chance to have lessons? Why don't you talk about what a ski lesson is like with Truman?
Oh, they're fun. So I show up early in the morning, about 9 o'clock. We get in the ski, get all fitted. The one thing that's awesome about Truman and Carly is that they adapt to anybody's needs. So I just recently had surgery and my knee's a little sensitive, and they have helped me put foam to make it more comfortable. But anyway, so then we get on the ski lift and we go hard for a long time until lunch, and then we eat lunch real fast, and then we get back on the ski lift and go. And yesterday, I think it was, we tried the half pipe, or Tuesday, tried the half pipe in the Tetra ski, which was incredible. And so it's just fun because we get to try new things, we get to do old things, and I don't know, it's the best feeling in the whole world to be able to be up here with Truman and Carly and to go skiing and they're biking and all of it. But
who's this? That's you. That's you on the mountain, right?
No, that's
not me.
That's not you. Okay, then then I'll have to share my screen. But yeah, there's a picture of you on the website. Do you want to tell us what the website is for High Country Adaptive Sports?
Our website is highcountryadaptive.org. The one that Kim is on is the Tetra Express US. That's for the race in Utah, the national championships that we're holding the qualifier for. So everyone in this race is invited to go to the next race in Sweden. I cannot wait until the day there's a seat that for you to be in that ski. I want to be there for it. And yeah, there's nothing worse. There it is. That's Kim and I racing last year. Yeah, sweet. I'm just so excited for the day that we can get you in that ski, man. Nothing worse than making that promise of saying hey, you're coming up to this race and then not being able to deliver on that. So I appreciate your grace and your kindness and your attitude towards the whole day and how it went. So thank you for that. And can't wait until I get to go skiing with you, man.
Bro, I need you to do me just one solid, okay? I need you to go find Carly and give her a big hug. Tell her that we wish that she could have been here to speak about it because we know that she's the winter girl. But she's just wiped. The girl is really putting herself out there. Look at what little pop got me. Hell yeah.
Bettis.
Oh.
It's Jerome Bettis.
Oh, damn. I'm going to show it to you.
Doug got one too, but you can steal it if you want.
I will. No, I'm sorry. I totally lost my train of thought. That's no, really, what was I saying? I apologize.
You were saying to tell Carly that.
Yes, because she's the one that does the winter the winter stuff. Like you're the summer guy, but and you guys both help each other. You're both there. Like Kim was saying, I feel like when I'm with you, man, if there's a way, we're doing it. We're getting it done. You know, I feel, bro, listen, go give Carly a hug. Tell her thank you from us at the Git Bizzy Livin Project. Listen, it is my goal to make you guys, High Country Adaptive Sports, a part of a lot of our. We got 49 more to go, bro. So we couldn't make it part of the 40 of number 6, but that after number 6, that's 48. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about Switzerland. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Truman, remember Kelly?
I do. Hello there.
It's my girl.
Hi.
So Kelly is here to wish D-Rex a happy birthday, but she's a special guest because tell us about that cake.
Oh yeah, I brought carrot cake.
And it's
Birthday cake.
delicious. I love it.
Yay.
And I love walnuts. It's perfect. Don't solo me. All right.
Oops.
Well, I think we should wrap this up because it's starting to get a little loud in here, and I feel like there's no topping the stories that you guys told us today. So time to wrap it up and finish off this perfect birthday that I've had, meeting everybody and just having these incredible experiences.
Hey guys, we do this every Thursday. Put your hands together for Truman. Put your hands together for Kim, the world champion. Thank you, Kelly, for doing this, putting this vegan cake together. We'll talk about the Veganuary Challenge next week. Hey, we're getting busy living out here, guys. Always remember, no matter the weather, whether sunshine or rain, there's no joy without pain. Always remember, we're all in this together. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good day
Thanks,
to be alive.
everybody.
It's a great day to be alive.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
But you gotta believe me, ain't nothing coming easy my way. No, I fucking work, but it's fucking work.